Yes, I will record now. Start to the second part. For the first idea, if we have a divide, so I have rule denominator square, denominator multiplied derivative for numerator minus, because I have divide, numerator multiply derivative for the denominator. How I can use this rule? Example, page 146. I want to find the derivative for x over 1 positive cosine x. So I have a divide. So I will take the denominator square, the formula. I will say d square, it is meaning denominator square, and I will write d as it and change. Now I have a change for the numerator. So derivative for the numerator. Divide, so I have subtract. Numerator, and I have some change of the denominator. So I will write as the formula. Look at in here. What is the denominator in here? What is the denominator? The denominator, it will be x positive 1. So I will write in here 1 positive cosine x square. So I will write the denominator as it, but I will write power of 2 square. And I will go up and I will write negative. And I will write again the denominator. I will write again the denominator. And ask yourself, what is the change? What is the change for the first one, for the numerator? So the change, it will be, what is the derivative for x? The derivative for x, it will be 1. So I will write denominator square and go up, write the denominator again. And what is the derivative for x? Negative. I will write numerator now. And ask yourself, what is the derivative for the denominator? Yes, what is the derivative for the denominator? The derivative for the denominator, 1, it will be 0. And what is the derivative for cosine? It will be sine. It will be sine x. Finish. I will write as cosine, it will be negative sine, okay? Cosine, negative sine. So I will write 1 cosine x, negative, negative, it will be positive x sine x. Okay, arrange 1 positive cosine x, and here negative, negative, it will be positive x sine x. We should write x at the first, and the final we should write sine x. Arrange, only arrange. Okay, now how we can solve the derivative? If we have the divide. So if we have a divide, so I have a rule d square d derivative n d derivative n minus n derivative d. If we have the function 1 minus sine x, so I will write the function 1 sine x power of 2. and I will write again sine x. And what is the derivative for the numerator? What is the derivative for the numerator? Minus, I will write the denominator, write numerator as it, and what is the derivative for the denominator? Again, now 1 sine x, and I have some change in here. What is the derivative for cosine? It will be negative sine. They will write cosine x as it, and ask yourself what is the derivative for 1 sine x. Derivative for sine 0, derivative for 1 0, derivative for sine it will be cosine. Okay, now we should make a simplify for this formula. If we multiply, we should distribute. Pay attention about the sign, please. So negative sine x multiply 1, it will be negative sine x. Negative sine x multiply negative sine x, it will be positive sine square x. Negative cosine multiplied by 0 cancel, and cosine x multiply cosine x, negative cosine x multiply cosine x, it will be cosine square x. We should distribute. So if we multiply, we should distribute. Okay. We should remember the important formula we study in algebra 2, sine square x positive cosine square x, it will be 1. Now, if we have sine square x positive cosine square x, I will cancel this 2 and I will write 1. I will write 1 minus sine x over 1 sine x power of 2. I want cancel, make a simplify. So this one, it is meaning 1 minus x. 1 minus x. It is meaning this 1. Power of 2. I can write number, any parenthesis power of 2 as the same parenthesis repeat 2 times. So I can write this 1. I can write it like this. 1 sine x multiply 1 sine x. It is meaning what? I can cancel this 1 with this 1. So remainder in here 1 over 1 minus sine x. So now I finish all idea for the first idea in lesson 3.5. What about the idea we studied before? We study how I can find the derivative. Sine it will be cosine and the cosine it will be sine by using divide and multiply. If we have a divide, so I have the important formula, denominator squared, denominator derivative numerator minus numerator derivative denominator. And if we have multiply, we should use positive. Write the first one, derivative the second, write the second one, derivative for the first. So now I finish all idea for all the first idea in lesson 3.5. Okay, thank you.